Hello, and welcome to my discussion on the PlayStation 2021 Showcase. In this video, I'll be going over my thoughts on everything I liked and everything I didn't. Anything from the PlayStation 2021 Showcase that I do not talk about in this video either didn't interest me or I just didn't think I had enough to talk about in a video. I have never done a video like this before, but I watch a lot of videos like this and it seemed like something that would be kind of fun to make. I'll probably make some kind of discussion video for any major gaming news and events like E3 and Nintendo Directs. In future discussions, I may also bring in a guest or two to discuss with me. The intro and the outro of this video are scripted, but everything in between isn't, so I don't really consider this my first scripted video like the ones I talked about in my channel update video. But I do plan on making one sometime soon. Sorry it is taking me so long. Anyway, let's begin. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake was the first thing they showed off. And I'm gonna be honest, when the trailer started, you see the lightsaber, you hear them talking about Siths, I was kind of hoping that it was Jedi Fallen Order 2, which is basically confirmed, but it ended up being a completely different game that I've never played before. A remake of Knights of the Old Republic. Unless I'm getting it confused with some other Star Wars game, I've heard that this is like one of the best Star Wars games ever made. And if that's true, it's pretty cool that they're remaking it for PS5. And like I said, I've never played the game, and I don't really know anything about it, but I've always thought Darth Raven, or Revan, however you say it, looks pretty cool. I do want to see more before I truly decide if this is a game I'm going to buy. I want to see what kind of game it is, how it plays. Maybe I'll look up some gameplay of the original, but they did say that this was a complete remake. So I don't know, the gameplay might be very different. So they also showed Alan Wake Remastered, which is kind of weird because they announced it on Twitter like a few days before the PlayStation 2021 Showcase. And then they announced it again here. I don't see why they would just wait for this showcase to announce it. I don't know why they would tweet about it a few days before. It did really remind me of Silent Hill and a bit of Resident Evil 7, if I'm going to be honest. And I've never played Silent Hill, but those games are always something I've wanted to try. And Resident Evil 7 is a very good game. But this is a remaster. So it probably came out way before. The original probably came out way before RE7, so I doubt that was an inspiration to them. It's made by the Control devs. I haven't played much of Control, but from what I've played so far, it's a decent game. Nothing crazy. I do want to see a little more before I decide if I want to get it, but it does look like a pretty cool game. GTA 5, the next gen version. I just can't believe that this is even a thing that they're making. I get they were working on Red Dead for a while, and I get that they've been working on updates for GTA 5 Online and for Red Dead Online, but GTA 5 originally released in 2013, somewhere around then, and we're still waiting for GTA 6, which is insane. Wasn't there some kind of post that was saying that we'd have to wait until 2025 or something for even a chance of GTA 6, something like that? I swear I saw something about that, I don't know. But that's insane. It doesn't, from this trailer, unless I'm crazy, it really doesn't look that much different from the PS4 or the PC version. It really doesn't look like that much of a big upgrade besides the faster loading. Which, I mean, they could have just added in a patch for the PS4 version. So I don't know. Well, I was about to say I don't know why they're doing this, but I do know they're doing it for money, obviously. There was a delay, too. This game was supposed to come out this year. And now they're delaying it to March of next year. So I'm wondering, if it's just faster loading and slightly better graphics, maybe better frame rate, why is it taking them so long to develop? You'd think this would come out this year, or maybe even be out by now. So I'm starting to think of maybe it's not just a simple upgrade. Maybe it's just there's actual new content. Again, unless I'm crazy, I really don't notice anything new in the trailer, but if it's taking them this long, I think it's weird that there wouldn't be new content. Like, how, for such a big team like Rockstar Games, how could it take them so long for just to raise the frame rate and graphics and faster loading times? I don't know, I guess we'll see. Oh, and I wonder if this is going to be a free upgrade. You know, Rockstar really likes their money. I mean, that's the only reason they're making this upgraded version. So I wonder if they're going to make it a free upgrade like a lot of these upgraded games have been, or if they're going to make you pay for it. I really wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a free upgrade. But, again, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. The Guardians of the Galaxy game. Very interesting, I guess. I don't really know what to even say about this game. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. You know, it just looks like Marvel's Avengers, but you play as the Guardians of the Galaxy instead. And, I mean, I really like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I think they're great. I also really like the Telltale game. And I would probably be a lot more excited for this game if it wasn't made by the same developers as the Avengers game. I played the Avengers game for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, and I haven't touched it since. Just disappointing because I was kind of excited for that game. So, I don't even know if I'll ever get this game, but I'm keeping my expectations very low. And I'm going to be honest, I completely forgot that this game was coming out so soon. It only comes out next month. I don't know why, but in my head I was kind of thinking about it as a even later on in the year kind of game, or like a next year kind of game. I also don't like that it's kind of become Deathloop, how it's showing up in every single presentation. It showed up twice during E3, maybe even more, I don't really remember. And now it's showing up here. Speaking of Deathloop, that showed up again here. I don't know, this is another game, just like Guardians of the Galaxy, where I really don't know how to feel about it. It looks kind of interesting, but at the same time, I'm kind of worried about the mechanic that where you have to keep dying and resetting your progress, like a roguelike game. I played Returnal. I got to the first boss, and I have no intentions of playing that game ever again. That game was really annoying and really hard, and I only got to the first boss, so that tells you how much I enjoyed that game. Although, the day that I'm recording this, the reviews came out, and it got amazing reviews. Like, I wasn't expecting horrible reviews, but these reviews are a lot better than I thought they would be. This doesn't really seem like the kind of game I would like, so I really don't know if I'll ever get this game or not, but I'm glad it's about to come out so we can stop seeing it, because my god, like, this game would show up everywhere. They don't stop showing this game, so I'm glad they can release it and stop talking about it. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. It makes sense that they would want to upgrade the two newest Uncharted games, but I wasn't really expecting them to make them into a collection. I originally thought they were maybe just going to upgrade Uncharted 4, but no, they're doing both of the new ones and they're making them their own collection. It also makes me wonder, just like GTA, if it's going to be a free upgrade or not. Maybe they've said and I didn't hear about it, but I'm interested because I mean, I own the games, but I haven't played them yet because I've been playing through the collection. So it'd be pretty cool if they were free upgrades so I can wait and play them on the PS5 versions. But if not, I'll probably just play them as they are in the PS4 versions. Also interesting that PlayStation's bringing one of their biggest franchises to PC. Yeah, they brought Days Gone and Horizon Zero Dawn, which were big games, but Uncharted is like one of their biggest ones. So it's kind of surprising to me that they're really starting to become dedicated to releasing games on PC. Wasn't really expecting that from PlayStation. Wolverine was by far the biggest surprise of this entire presentation, in my opinion. The fact that it's made by Insomniac, and it's a Wolverine game alone, like that alone could potentially make this an amazing game. Like this is definitely one of my most anticipated games now. Like that. Oh, I love Spider-Man PS4 and the Miles Morales game. I thought they were both really good games, and the fact that those same developers are making a Wolverine game is really cool. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but in my opinion, I think it should be an M-rated game, just like how Logan was rated R. I think if you're gonna make a standalone Wolverine story game, it should be a more mature game. It also seems like we're gonna have to wait for this game for a long time, because they said that it's in very early development, and they didn't even give a release year. So I have a feeling that this game is going to come out quite a while from now. I wonder if Insomniac is trying to build their own Marvel universe, kind of like the MCU, because they're making all these Spider-Man games, and now they're getting to do Wolverine, so I wonder if, because it's all Marvel, I wonder if this game is going to connect to the Spider-Man games in any way. I think that'd be pretty cool. When they announced Wolverine, I was not expecting them to announce Spider-Man 2. I thought Wolverine was going to be their next game, and then after that, they'd do a Spider-Man 2. But nope, it seems like they're making both at the same time, and they announced both here. Which, like I said, I really like the PS4 Spider-Man game and Spider-Man Miles Morales, so I'm really excited for this, and I think that Venom being the villain, it's pretty cool. I platinumed both the Spider-Man PS4 game and Miles Morales. I'm definitely going to platinum this game. And like I said with Wolverine, I wonder if they're trying to build a universe. I wonder if this game is going to have some kind of connection with Wolverine. I don't know if we'll see Wolverine in it, but maybe there'll be some kind of Wolverine references, or maybe we'll start to see the X-Men or something, I don't know. Or maybe one of the villains is going to be an X-Men villain, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'm really curious to see. I feel like if Marvel keeps letting Insomniac make games and lets them build their own universe, I think that could be really cool. Insomniac is insane, by the way. Like, the amount of games they make so often is insane. And they're all good games. Just in 2020 and 2021, they made Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man Remastered, Ratchet and Clank. Those are 3 really good games. Well, I haven't played Ratchet and Clank yet, but it got really good reviews. Anyway, those are 3 games that got really good reviews out in just 2 years. And then now already they're working on Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, and probably another Ratchet and Clank that just wasn't announced. So I think it's crazy that they're making so many games so quickly, and they're all good. And one of the voice actors, I think it was the Venom voice actor for this game, said that we have to wait so long because of how big this game is. They said that this is going to be a massive game. I don't really know what that means. Because big, like, do they mean it's a big map? Because the first 2 games were just the map of New York. So are they going to include more than New York here? And if so, what could they include? I mean, it's Spider-Man, where else would he go? I don't really know. Or by big, does he mean it's just a much longer game with a longer story and more villains and more characters? Maybe a lot more collectibles? I don't know. I guess, or maybe all of that together? I really don't know. We'll have to see when we learn more eventually. God of War Ragnarok looks amazing. This game, like, we just saw one regular trailer. Nothing, like, this trailer didn't even show anything that was super crazy. And I can already tell that this game is either going to be just as good as the first one, or maybe even better. By the first one, I mean 2018 one, not the original God of War. I do find it interesting that this is the end of the Norse saga. They made a bunch of games in Greece. It took them a long time to end the Greece era, so it's interesting that they're only spending 2 games in the Norse mythology. Well, the game is called God of War Ragnarok. They said that Ragnarok is going to happen, and this is the end of the Norse. Which just sounds pretty cool. I'm interested. I wonder if it's going to be like God of War 3, where you have to kill all of the gods and Zeus. I wonder if this game you're going to have to kill all the gods like Thor, and maybe Odin is like the final boss or something. I think that would be pretty cool. And speaking of Greece, I wonder if, well, I doubt it, but I think it'd be pretty cool if like there was a part of the game where you go back to Greece. I was kind of hoping that would happen in the first game, the 2018 one, but that didn't happen. So I hope something like that happens here. I really need to go back and play more of the God of War games. I've only played the 2018 one, I played God of War 3 Remastered, and I've played some of the original. I really want to go back and play the original. I want to play God of War 2. I own God of War Ascension. I want to play through that one as well. Maybe the PSP ones. I want to play through that whole series. I really like those games. It seems like this game is going to be bigger, because they said that you're able to go to all of the realms in this game, where in the 2018 God of War, you can only go to some of them. So this game must be a pretty big game if it's letting you go to every single realm. The one issue with that I have is that when they say you can go to every single one, it also means you can go back to the ones of the first game. And I'm just kind of worried that the realms you go to in the first game might be too similar, which it seems like I don't have to worry about that, because when they're in Midgard, it looks very different. It looks all frozen over, and it looks like there's new stuff. So I hope that the other realms that you were in the first game are just as different, because I don't want to go to the same exact places in 2 games. I don't think that would be as interesting. I am kind of disappointed that it didn't announce this game like the first one. If you don't know, they announced the first game, the 2018 one, in a very hype way. Like, the way they did it was meant to build up hype. It was meant to be a very big surprise, where in a different PlayStation presentation or showcase, whatever it was called, they had a trailer where they just showed that one symbol, and then they just said Ragnarok is coming. Which, I mean, I was pretty excited from that moment, but I feel like the first game helped build up more hype, and it was a lot more of a cool way to announce it. Where this game, they just showed a logo and basically just said, oh, look, our game is coming. Which, I mean, it was obvious they were going to make another one, but I just feel like they could have done better to make it more interesting. But, I mean, it does not change the fact that I'm very excited for this game. And just like Spider-Man, I am definitely going to platinum this one. I platinum God of War 3, and I platinumed God of War 2018. I'm for sure going to platinum this one. There's no way I won't. And those were my thoughts on the PlayStation 2021 showcase. I think the overall event was decent, but some of the announcements were very exciting. I hope to see more big events like this from PlayStation, instead of those not so good state of plays. The next discussion video I'll probably do is one for the Nintendo Direct that will inevitably come this month, or at least sometime soon. After that, unless some other last minute event shows up before the year ends, the next one after the Direct will probably be for the Video Game Awards in December. Thanks for watching.